Hello YouTube viewers, this is a clip from my previous video where I dissolved sterling silver in sulfuric acid. Here I'm pouring it into some distilled water to dilute it so that I can recover the silver chloride. And as I poured that solution into that distilled water, I experienced an unknown precipitate. Some kind of precipitate there. This is distilled water, so we should be purified water, so we shouldn't have anything in there. This happened to me last time I did this. Only last time I tried to pour the hot acid solution in the cold water and it just spattered everywhere. Well, this time it's cooler. Something's coming out of solution down there. I don't know what that is. Same thing happened last time. Shouldn't be silver chloride. If any of you chemists know what's going on here, I've got, I think this is silver sulfate with some copper in there too. Copper sulfate probably. I'm just pouring it in some cold water here. Looks like something's crashing out of solution down here. Hello YouTube viewers, welcome back to my channel. After reading the comments in the no nitric silver refining video that I just posted yesterday, I decided to come back out into the shop here and do an experiment, see if we can get this silver sulfate precipitate that came out converted into silver chloride. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add some distilled water to this beaker, turn the stir bar on, and what we're going to do, put some heat on it, distilled water, and I'm going to get some water boiling here. I'm going to try to dissolve the silver sulfate down in this beaker and see if we can get the silver out of it. It's about 700 milliliters distilled water. Okay, we're going to get the temperature of the water here. We got 16 Celsius, 61 Fahrenheit. All right, my water's boiling here. What I'm going to do is add the silver sulfate to the boiling water. And we're going to see if this stuff will dissolve in that boiling water. If it does, then once I get everything to go into solution here, alright, can you see that? Once I get all this silver sulfate to go into solution here, let's see if it does. Looks like it's going into solution. It's dissolving. What we're going to do is try to get all the silver sulfate in here, get it dissolved, and then we're going to add some we're going to add some salt to this solution while everything is still in solution. See if we can get the silver chloride out of here. Look at that, it dissolves nicely. Let me turn the stir bar on. Looks like it's kind of piling up on the bottom there. But I think this is going to work, man. Looks like it's going into solution. Silver sulfate being dissolved in boiling distilled water. Once we get that in solution, I should be able to add the salt to the clear solution and precipitate the silver chloride, and then we should be able to get the pure silver out of it using Alliance sugar. Okay, I've got a little bit of silver sulfate still hanging around in my solution in there. don't want that. So what I'm going to do, the solubility of this, according to Wikipedia, is 1.3 grams per 100 milliliters of water. So what I'm going to try to do here is keep adding small doses of water until we get this solution to clear up completely, and that'll tell us that we've got all of the silver sulfate in solution. So I'm just going to add about another 50 milliliters of distilled water here, and then we'll let this heat back up. That cold water being added will cause the silver sulfate to want to come back out of solution. So now after adding the cold water, let it heat back up. I'm going to keep adding small doses of water here until I get all the precipitate to go back in solution. Okay, this is fantastic. The solution's cleared up real nice here. What we've done is we've heated up our solvent, which is distilled water, until it started to boil. Then we added the silver sulfate, which is insoluble in cold water, and we added it to the boiling water, and now the silver sulfate is in solution. So now what I can do here, hopefully, is I'm going to add some salt now. We're going to try to precipitate out the silver chloride out of here, because I don't know how to turn silver sulfate into pure silver metal, but I do know how to turn silver chloride into pure silver metal. So here we go. I'm going to add some salt here, just a little bit, because I don't know how this is going to react. It's hot, boiling, so I'm just going to add a little bit of salt here and see what we get. Just a few crystals here. There goes, watch. Boom, look at it. Oh, whoa, yeah, boil it up. I knew that. That's why I added just a little bit there. That's silver chloride. We know what to do with silver chloride. I'll turn the heat down just a touch, maybe. I'm going to keep doing this until I don't see any more reaction. And this is how to get the rest of the silver out of that solution. Got to boil it and dissolve the silver sulfate, and then add a little bit of salt, a little bit at a time there. I'll probably add less than a half a gram of salt here at a time until I get all that silver chloride to come out of that solution, and then I know what to do with silver chloride from there. Just like I thought it would. This is excellent. Now we know what to do, how to get the silver out of that silver sulfate. Dissolve it in hot solvent, distilled water, and add small amounts of salt here to precipitate out the silver chloride. I can see it kind of when the salt hits the surface, you can see it turning to silver chloride still. When I see that quit happening, I'll conclude that most of the, or all the silver chloride's been precipitated out. You can see it form on the surface. Add the salt. This is fantastic, man. This is pretty cool here. I like this. I like doing this kind of stuff. What I don't want to do is let this cool back down, and then without all the silver sulfate converted to silver chloride here, because if that's allowed to happen, then my silver chloride will have silver sulfate in it, and I don't know how that'll do with the lion's sugar conversion to convert the silver chloride to pure silver metal. I don't know what that silver sulfate in there will do, so I'm going to go with a little bit of excess salt here until I'm sure I've got all the silver chloride precipitated. Got all the silver chloride out of there. Add one more little dose of salt here. And then I'm going to call it here. I'm going to turn the heat off. I think we've got all of our silver chloride out of that solution. That's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to pull our experiment down off the heat here. Let this cool down. I think this will conclude it, man. I just wanted to demonstrate how to get the silver chloride out of that solution. It won't be all that much, just a few grams, but then we know what to do with this silver chloride to convert it into pure silver metal. Alright, I came back out to check on this, and there was some salt up here near the beaker here, and I rinsed it down into this solution, and I noticed that there was still silver precipitating out. I've got some salt here. I'm going to add that. And it looks like there's still a bunch of silver chloride precipitating out in there. I thought I had it all dropped, but I guess I did not. This is a significant amount of silver chloride in here, man. I mean, this looks like the bulk of the silver from our last experiment, man. That's, if you'll recall, I got an 11 gram or 12 gram bar of silver. I'm kind of flabbergasted here, man. There's a lot more silver chloride in there than I thought. Good Lord. Stirring until I get it all to come out of solution. Just had to include this. I thought I had it all precipitated out, but quite obviously I did not. Man, no wonder we got such a small yield from those candlesticks, man. I didn't realize that that much silver was going to be tied up in that silver sulfate. That's really something. And we learn something new every day. And I don't know how this is going to affect our result here, but that's at least as much silver chloride that I had in the initial video. Maybe even more, man. That silver sulfate really tied the silver chloride or the silver metal up, so that was unavailable for our lye and sugar conversion. But now we got the rest of it out of there, man. Because I was wondering, those candlesticks were probably 30 grams of silver each, maybe more. If you get 90% yield out of that, that'd be what? 27 grams. I only got 12 grams in my video, so it's a significant amount of additional silver chloride. Just had to show that. Wow, that was really something. I did not expect to get that much silver chloride out of that silver sulfate precipitate. Several other people let me know through the comment section that it was silver sulfate, but it was Goran who said, put it in some boiling water, dissolve it, and then add some salt, and I think you'll be surprised. And boy, was he right. All we have to do now is rinse it like we did in the previous video. Rinse off the silver chloride, and then use lye and sugar to convert it to a piece of pure silver metal. And we've already done that, so we won't do that in this video. So I guess that'll conclude the video here. That was very interesting, man. It just goes to show you there's a lot more to getting the pure silver out of that silver sulfate solution than first meets the eye. Thanks for watching.